Hey everyone, this next class is going back to the fundamentals. You all know that this is something I really believe in really honing in on really perfecting as much as possible the fundamentals so you have a safe and effective practice. So we're going to start in our mountain pose, our strong standing posture. So come to the front of your mat, have the feet hip distance apart. Feel into the four corners of your feet. Big toe mound, little toe mound, inner, outer side of the heel. Also make sure the feet are pointed straight forward. Hips in a neutral position, your core is slightly engaged. Widen through the collarbones, relax the shoulders. Feel the neck long so the ears coming right over the shoulders. Arms relaxed to the sides of the body with the palms facing forward. Now we're going to stay here for a few breaths. You can have the eyes open or you can have the eyes closed. The first thing I invite you to do is to come through a body scan. So bring your awareness into the body. Move that awareness from either head to toe or toe to head, and really notice how the body feels at this point. So this gives us a real foundation to understand our body awareness, develop our body awareness, understand how our body responds to our practice. So just taking another breath to just notice, without having expectation or judgment, how the body feels. Now, over the next few breaths, we're going to start to build the breath, really using our lung capacity in an efficient way, and start to connect to our breath so that we have greater and increased focus. So to begin with, just have the air flow in and out of the nose. Then, think about a three-dimensional breath. So on the inhale, you're going to breathe through the front of the body, sides of the body, and the back of the body. So you're going to feel that whole body expand. The exhales have the air, once again, flowing out of the nose, and just allow that to happen smoothly and slowly. So over the next 4 to 6 breaths, I invite you to really progressively and gradually build your breath. Not forcing that depth or forcing the length, just building that through the next few breath cycles. As you do that, start to allow your awareness to settle onto your breath, maybe even anchor onto the breath strongly, so that as thoughts come into the mind, you can notice them, but just see if you can stay away from allowing them to steal your attention. And if they do, which they inevitably will, just know that that's part of the process. Acknowledge it, accept it, and return right back to your breath. And we're going to stay here for one more breath cycle. Okay, from your mountain pose, on your next inhale, bring your arms up and out to the side and then overhead. As you do this, feel the shoulder blades gliding up the back. Exhale, bring the hands through center. So you want to really have the awareness in the shoulder blades and allow the shoulder blades to really move through this motion. The inhale, arms up and out to the side and then overhead. Exhale, hands down through center. One more time. Inhale, arms up and out to the side and then overhead. Exhale, hands down through center. Inhale, arms up and out to the side and then overhead. This time on your exhale, you're going to lead with your chest, core strong, spine long, folding forward at your hips. Now, once you come into your fold, remember, knees are bent enough, upper body is super closer onto the thighs. Head hangs, neck relaxes. Feel the length in the spine. Don't worry about how straight those legs come. Remember, always want to have the upper body super closer onto the thighs. Place your hands on your shins, and on your inhale, bring your upper body halfway up. Now feel the length in the spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Have the shoulders away from ears and start to connect to the core. Exhale, fold. Doing that 2 more times. Inhale, rise halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise halfway up. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees enough, the hands reach the ground. Inhale, bring your left foot back towards the back of the mat. Right away, bring the right foot to meet it. So we're going to come into either a high push-up position, or if you wish, you can drop your knees down to a low push-up position. Now, wherever you are, you want to make sure your shoulders are over your elbows over your wrists. Fingers are spread wide and pointed straight forward. Press the ground away so you feel the shoulder blades widen, coming away from the spine, and the upper back filling up the space between the shoulder blades. Your seat should be in line with the rest of your spine. Engage your glutes, the muscles in the seat. Draw the ribs back towards the spine and connect to your core. Breathing here for another breath cycle. Then shift just a little bit forward. Keep the elbows tucked in towards the ribs. Exhale. Lower down to the ground slow. Top of the feet down. Press into the ground. Feel your quads engage, knees lift. And then feel as if you're dragging your mat back towards your hips. So your shoulders come away from ears. Elbows stay tucked in towards the ribs. And remember, as we do this motion, shoulders still stay away from the ears. Inhale, rise up with your chest and your chin to a cobra. Exhale, lower. You're going to do that 2 more times. Now, don't worry about how high you can come. Really have the awareness through the spine. Remember, we never want to force or feel pain. On the inhale, rising up to cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rising up to cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tuck your toes back behind you. Exhale, press back to your tabletop. So we're coming onto our hands and knees. Fingers spread wide, pointed straight forward, shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists again. Knees directly under your hips. And here we're going to tuck our toes. Feel that length in the spine once again, from the tailbone to the crown of the head. We're going to start to move through the pelvis and through the spine with cat-cow. The inhale, lift your tailbone, then arch your spine, chest forward, chin forward, draw those shoulder blades towards the spine. Exhale, drop your tailbone, round your spine, drop your head, press into the ground. That space between the shoulder blades widen. And then moving with your breath. So start either your inhale or your exhale before you actually move. And then allow the length of your breath to guide the speed of your movement. That connection to your breath is going to allow you to move with greater efficiency, with greater ease, and once again, it keeps the mind focused. Next, inhale, come to a neutral spine, so a long spine. Walk the knees back a few inches. You're going to tuck your toes under. Once again, fingers are spread wide and pointed straight forward. Feel as if you're clawing into the mat with that first knuckle. Press strongly into the fingertips. Externally rotate the shoulders so the elbow creases are pointed away from you, triceps twirl towards each other. On your exhale, actively press the ground away. Press those hips up and back in a diagonal direction. As you pressing the ground away, keep those shoulders externally rotating. You might really feel the shoulder blades glide up the back. Now, too often people make the priority in their down dog, getting the heels right to the ground and straightening those legs. I encourage you to make your priority length through the spine. So don't worry if the knees are bent. Okay, find length in the spine. Press the ground away. Have that connection to the shoulders. Then, inhale, bend your knees a little more. Come on up to your tiptoes. Exhale, walk your feet forward to your forward fold at the front of the mat. Hands on shins. Inhale, rise halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down through center and you'll reconnect to your mountain pose. Finding that mountain pose at the front of your mat. Now, we're going to go through that same sequence 2 more times. Really focus back in on the alignment. I should say we're going to have an adjustment there. We're going to leave cat-cow out. Okay, remember, have your breath lead your movement. Length of the breath guide the speed of your movement. From mountain. Inhale, bring your arms up and out to the side and then overhead. Long spine, strong core. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot back towards the back of the mat. Right away, the right meets it, coming into your high or low push-up. Exhale, lowering slow. Top of the feet down, press into the ground. Inhale, rise up to your cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tuck toes, press through that tabletop, press up and back to your down dog. Inhale, tiptoes, bend knees. Exhale, walk your feet forward to your forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, arms up. And once again, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot back towards the back of the mat. Right away, the left meets it. High or low push-up. Exhale, lowering slow. Inhale, rise up to cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tuck toes. Exhale, press up and back, down dog. Inhale, tiptoes, bend knees. Exhale, walk or maybe jump your feet forward to a forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down through center. Find your strong standing posture of mountain pose once again. And then, once you've found your mountain pose, I invite you to just take a couple of breath cycles to go through another body scan. So once again, noticing, not thinking you should feel a certain way, just understanding how the body's responding. Okay, from your mountain pose, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come into a little bit of mobility through the upper body. So actually here, we'll make it a little adjustment. We'll bring the big toes together, legs together, have that as one strong unit. Inhale, arms up and out to the side and then overhead. Hold on to your left wrist with your right hand. Inhale, lengthen up, lengthen up, lengthen up, stretch through the back. On the exhale, come over to the right, press the hips to the left. Now feel this still coming through the back, now through the side of the body. Inhale, come back to center, switch your grip, switch your wrists, lengthen up, lengthen up, lengthen up. Exhale, come over to the left, press the hips to the right. And notice the difference between the pose on this side and the last. Inhale, come back to center. Arms stay extended overhead, but bring your palms together. Exhale, hands come through center. Stop with the hands right in front of the sternum. Interlace your fingers. Exhale, press your palms away, round your spine, drop your head. So we're coming into a standing cat. Feel that space between the shoulder blades widen. Arms straight from the shoulder socket. Inhale, bring the palms towards the sky, neutral spine. Reach up, reach up, reach up, stretch through the back. Exhale, bring the hands back behind the head. Press your head into your hands, hands into your head. Your neck extends. Draw your elbows back. Open up through your chest and shoulders. Keep that neutral spine. Exhale, drop your chin. Allow the elbows to come towards each other. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Staying here for another 2 breaths. Keep coming through that 3-dimensional breath. Every exhale, just allow yourself to let go of tension through the neck. Next, inhale, bring the chin up and forward, elbows away. Extend the arms up and overhead. Long spine, strong core. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot back towards the back of the mat. Now, we're coming into our lunging position. So the first thing we do is a preparation pose, which is our runner's lunge. Now, if you wish, you can always drop your back knee down. Okay, either back knee up or down. Front knee directly over ankle, knee and foot pointed straight forward. Come on up to your fingertips, your chest rises, your spine lengthens, and then you're gonna square your hips. So the front hip comes back hip comes forward. Feel as if you're dragging your feet towards each other without actually moving them. You want to set a foundation through your pelvis. On the inhale, strong core, long spine, rise up, arms up. Palms towards each other, fingers long but relax, square those hips again. Exhale, fold forward. Back foot stays where it is again. Inhale, Front foot meets back, high or low push-up. Exhale, lowering slow. Inhale, rising up to your cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tuck toes. Exhale, press up and back, down dog. Inhale, bend knees, tip toes. Exhale, walk, or maybe jump those feet forward to a forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, arms up. Right away, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot back towards the back of the mat. Once again, coming to our runner's lunge first. That back knee can always be down. Set that foundation in your pelvis, and then when you're ready, inhale, rise up, arms up, palms towards each other. Notice here how this pose, this lunge, feels different on this side compared to the last. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, front foot meets back, high or low push-up. Exhale, lowering slow. Now this time in our cobra, I'm going to show you another variation. Now don't think you need to come to this variation, okay? Remember to allow yourself to come into poses, not forcing. Okay, so same setup as cobra. Press down strongly into the top of the feet. Quads engage, knees lift. Feel as if you're drawing the mat back towards your hips. Then your inhale, bring your chest and chin up and forward. And then maybe lift the hips up and off the ground. Press strongly into those feet. This is an up dog. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tuck your toes back behind you. Exhale, press up and back, down dog. Inhale, tip toes, bend knees. Exhale, walk or jump your feet forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, arms up. Exhale, hands come down through center. Once again, finding your strong standing posture of mountain pose. Now, we're going to go through that sequence one more time each side. Moving with breath, really focusing on the foundation and alignment of each of those poses. So you're really focusing, these are fundamental poses once again, so you're really focusing on the technique through these poses. From mountain, inhale, arms up and out and then overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot back towards the back of the mat. Find your runner's lunge. Inhale, rise up, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, front foot meets back, high or low push-up. Exhale, lower slow. Inhale, rise up to cobra or up dog. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tuck toes. Exhale, press up and back, down dog. Inhale, tip toes, bend knees. Exhale, walk or jump your feet forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, arms up. Right away, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot back towards the back of the mat. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, rise up, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, front foot meets back, high or low push-up. Exhale, lower slow. Inhale, rising up to cobra or up dog. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tuck toes. Exhale, press up and back, down dog. Inhale, bend knees, tip toes. Exhale, walk or jump your feet forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down through center. Find your mountain pose. And once again, once you've found your mountain pose, take the next few breath cycles to once again reconnect to your breath, making sure you're breathing through the nose. You're breathing through the entire body. and your breathing is with ease. Then, also notice how the body feels. Go through another body scan. Just notice how the body's responded to what we've just done, how things may have changed. We're going to stay in our mountain pose with our body scan for one more breath. Okay, so now you're going to bring your hands right to center. Make sure everything else is through mountain. Okay, on your exhale, you're going to bring your seat back. So you're coming to your chair. Now, keep the body up, or the upper body upright to start here, okay? Check your knees and feet. Make sure they're pointed straight forward and hip distance, and that you can see your toes in front of your knees. Now, draw the ribs back in towards the spine. Collarbones wide, shoulders relaxed. Here, tuck your seat so the spine lengthens a little bit more. Lean forward just a little and then press back a little more. Feel strong into the four corners of your feet. Stay with your breath. Now, if you can continue to have all of those strong elements and feel that length in the spine, you might lengthen the arms up, okay? Just as you would in a high lunge. Now, as you're here, if you do feel yourself coming out of those foundational alignments we talked about before, just bring the hands back down. See if you can drop down a little more. Develop that strength. Exhale. Fold forward. Awesome. Inhale. Rise halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, arms up. Exhale, hands down through center, drop back to your chair. Okay, find your foundation in your chair. See if you can really focus on having strength in the glutes, muscles in the seat. Lengthen the arms up if you can keep that length in the spine, but work with your range. Breathe. As you're here, really connected to your breath, see if you can bring a little bit of ease into the pose. Have your structure support you. Have that foundation support you. And breathe. Exhale, fold forward. Once again, awesome efforts. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, arms up. Exhale, hands down through center. Find mountain pose. Okay, now, one of the things that we do to really develop body awareness and some mobility is balances. So now, we're going to do a standing balance. One of the things I want you to do is connect back to that feeling you had in chair. So strong into the four corners of the feet. Have that strength. Engagement through the glutes, engagement in the quads, engagement through the core. Spine stays long, looking at a spot that's not moving, okay? And don't worry if you come out of your balance. Balance isn't about stillness, okay? It's about making adjustments, finding that center, and being as stable as possible. None of us are completely still. And if you come out, just think of it as play, okay? And come right back to finding that strong structure again. So strong into the four corners of your right foot. Slight bend in the knee like you're coming back towards a 1/10 of a chair. Feel that strength through the glutes, engagement in the quads, strong core. Look at a spot that's not moving. Inhale, bring your left knee up towards the chest. Hold on to your shin. Gently curl the toes back towards your shin. Make sure you keep those collarbones wide. Play with your balance. Maybe draw that knee up a little more, developing the mobility in your hip. And breathe. Just make adjustments as you need to. Exhale, lower. Awesome. Okay, coming into that left foot now. Strong into the four corners of the left foot, slight bend in the knee, engage, pick a spot that's not moving to look at. Inhale, bring that right knee up. Hold on to the shin. Gently curl the toes back towards the shin. Collarbones open and wide. And breathe. Notice how The balance on this side might be different than it was on the last. Your exhale, just gently release. Now, we're going to do the same balance on both sides once again. But what I'm going to get you to do is you're going to start on whatever side you felt the most stable on. So for me, that's the right side. That's where I'm going to start. Now, once you do that, I want you to notice the adjustments you're making in the body, how you're balancing on that leg, what's creating that stability, and then see when we go to the other side if you can learn from that more stable side and implement it on the other. Okay, coming into mountain pose, remember, I don't know what side you're doing, I'm doing the right. Feel strongly into the four corners of the foot, slight bend in the knee, spot to look at that's not moving. Inhale, bring that left knee up, hold on to the shin. Okay, notice, what are you doing on this side to stay a little bit more stable? What adjustments are you making? Be aware of the body. Also, maybe be aware of what's going on through your mind as you're here. That's going to influence your balance as well. Exhale, slowly release. Okay, here we go. Other side, see what you've learned and if you can apply it. Set up. When you're ready, inhale, bring that knee up. Hold on to the shin. Gently curl the toes. Play with your balance. What can you apply from what you learned on the other side? Stay with your breath. Awesome. Exhale, gently release. Great job. Okay, from our mountain pose, we're going to inhale. Arms up and out to the side and then overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring your left foot back towards the back of the mat. Right away, bring the right foot to meet it so you come into either your high or low push-up position. Exhale, this time we're going to lower down slow, but we're going to hover off of the ground. So you're going to bring the elbows towards a 90-degree angle. Hover a few inches off the ground. Now, you might drop the knees. That's totally fine. Stay with those elbows tucked, shoulders away from ears. And then exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, rise up to your cobra or up dog. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tuck toes. Exhale, press up and back, down dog. Set strongly in your down dog. I want you to notice here two things. One, how does this down dog feel compared to your first? So a big part of our foundation, our fundamentals in our practice is understanding what's going on through the body, our body awareness. Then, listen to your body. Okay, do you want to stay in stillness? Do you want to move? Don't worry about what movement it is. Just start using your intuition, listening to the body. Then, coming to stillness, inhale, tiptoes, bend knees. Exhale, walk or jump your feet forward, forward fold. Allow yourself to relax into your fold. And then here, once again, notice how this fold might feel different than your first. Hands on shins. Inhale, rise halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, arms up. Exhale, hands come down through center. We're going to return to mountain pose. Now this time we're going to come into another balance where we're focusing on stretching through the quads. So to do that, we want to keep the hips even, pointed straight forward, and feel that tailbone tucking like we did in our chair pose. Okay? Strong into the four corners of the right foot. Have that slight bend in the knee, spot to look at that's not moving. Left palm comes up and out to the side. Inhale. Left foot into the left hand. Bring the knees even. Play with your balance. Okay, core strong, spine long, hips even. Lengthen your right arm up. Now, keeping those hips even, tucking the tail, kick your foot into your hand, Maybe start bringing the knee back depending on your range. But remember the positioning in the hips. Breathe. Reach up with the arm. Exhale. Gently release. Finding the same pose on the other side. Starting in mountain. Strong into that left foot. You know all of those elements we want for our balance. Bring the right palm up and out. Inhale. Right foot into the right hand. Knees even. Hips even. Pointed straight forward. Core strong. Inhale. Left arm up. Tuck the tail. Kick the foot into the hand. Maybe bring the knee back. Keep reaching up with that left hand. Play with the balance. Stretch into the quads. Breathe. Exhale. Gently release. Finding your mountain pose at the front of your mat. Inhale. Bring the arms up and out to the side and then overhead. Exhale. Fold forward at your hips. Inhale. Rise halfway up. Exhale. Fold. Inhale, left foot back towards the back of the mat. Right away, the right meets it. High or low push-up. Set your core. Exhale, lower and slow. Hover. Stay strong here. Stay strong through the core. Stay with your breath. Stay resilient. Then come all the way down. Awesome. Inhale, rise up to Cobra or up dog. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tuck toes. Exhale, press back to your tabletop once again. So we'll find our strong foundation in our tabletop. Shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists, knees directly under hips. Tucking those toes back behind you, connect to the core. On your inhale, bring your right leg up and back behind you. Keep your hips even. Then on the next inhale, left arm up and forward. Thumb up. Really feel the length in your spine here. Breathe. Connect to your core. Exhale. Come back down. Okay. Reset that strong foundation. When you're ready, inhale, left leg up and back. Once again, hips stay even, toes curled. Inhale, right arm up and forward, thumb up, arm straight from the shoulder socket. Find that connection across the body through the core. Breathe. Exhale, come back down. Okay, next pose we're going to do, very similar. That's our starting point, but then we're going to come into the quads again. Inhale, right leg up and back, left arm up and forward. Next inhale, bend your right knee, heel towards your seat. Come around with your left hand. Hold on to that right foot. Chest forward, look forward. Kick the foot into the hand. Maybe lift the knee just a little. And breathe. Exhale. Gently release. Find your tabletop. Inhale. Left leg up and back. Right arm up and forward. Next inhale. Left heel to seat. Come around with the right hand. Hold on to the foot. Chest forward, look forward. Kick the foot into the hand. Find that stretch through the quads. Breathe. Exhale. Gently release. Okay, we're going to bring our big toes together. Knees out wide. And we're going to press our seat back towards our heels. Fold forward at your hips. Bring your head down onto the mat. So we come into our child's pose. Now we're going to come into an active child's pose right away. So lengthen your arms. Walk your fingertips forward. Find that length through the arms. In turn, find the length in the back. So we're stretching through those lats. Gently press down into the fingertips. Gently press. Feel as if you're pulling the mat back towards your armpits. So you want to feel those shoulder blades glide down towards the hips a bit. And breathe. Next, inhale. You're going to come forward through tabletop. And you're going to come all the way onto your stomach. Now, bring your elbows right under your shoulders. Forearms down, palms down, right in front of you, pointed straight forward. we're coming into something called Sphinx. We're just going to use this more as a transition. So you want your chest coming up and forward. You're going to look forward in this variation of our Sphinx and just allow the front of the body to open and mobility to come through the spine. Okay, from our Sphinx pose, with your right arm, you're going to turn it towards a 90-degree angle at the elbow. You're going to have the shoulder and the elbow almost in alignment, shoulder just a little bit forward. You're going to keep the chest up and forward. Press your right foot in the ground so your quad engages, your knee lifts, just like we do in Cobra. Then inhale, bring your left heel towards your seat. Come around with your left hand, hold on to that foot. Now, if this is too much for you, you can come back to that last quad stretch we did in tabletop. Okay, press into both the forearm and the foot on that right side. Kick your foot into your hand, and depending on your range, you might be able to lift the back knee. Breathe. Exhale. Gently release that foot. Bringing the other forearm in that exact same positioning. Elbow just in front of the shoulder. Press down so that chest rises. Palm down. Then press into the top of the left foot. Quad engages, knee lifts. Inhale. Bend your right knee heel towards your seat. Come around with your right hand. Hold on to that foot. Kick your foot into your hand. Maybe lifting the back knee. Keep the chest open. Breathe. And remember, if you're finding this a little difficult for your range, don't force. Just come back to that tabletop quad stretch. Exhale. Gently release. Now, wherever you are, come onto your stomach and your arms by your sides, palms up, and just bring your right cheek down onto the ground. Return to your breath. Just allow the back to relax. Legs extended back behind you. Allow the legs to relax. Then, turn on to the left cheek. Continue to breathe into the 3 dimensions of the body. Then, bring the palms right under your shoulders. Tuck your toes back behind you. Exhale, you'll press back to a tabletop position. Then from our tabletop, we're going to come onto our seats. And what we're going to do is we're going to come into a seated twist. So now, first way we're going to do this is we're going to be in cross-legged or on your knees. Okay, you want to find length through your spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Bring your left hand onto your right thigh. Bring your right hand right back behind your seat. Press into the ground so you really feel that spine long. You want to keep that spine long. Exhale, roll your shoulder back and then look over the shoulder coming into that twist. Breathe. Press into the ground, lengthen the spine. Exhale, gently come through center. Right hand, left thigh. Left hand right back behind you. Press into the ground, lengthen the spine. Exhale, roll the shoulder back and start to look over that shoulder coming into your twist. Once again, keep the spine long. Breathe. Inhale, come back to center. Okay, now we're going to do another variation. You're going to bring left leg out in front of you. You're going to bring your right foot across that left thigh. Now, you want the knee pointed up. So, leg might stay straight. You also want your sit bones flat on the ground. If you have the mobility to, you might bring your left heel towards your right seat. But if your seat starts to come off the ground, keep that leg straight. Okay, one way isn't better than the other. Remember, you're working with your range. So, same way as we did before. Right hand right back at your seat. Inhale, press into the ground, lengthen your left arm up. Find that length, and then exhale, twist over to the right. Roll the shoulder back. Keep the length in the spine. Now you might hold on to the knee. You might bring your elbow to the outside of the knee. Once again, this is all dependent on your range. Another variation, you might start to straighten the arm a little bit. Stay with your breath. Next, inhale, come back to center. Unwind the legs, and then here, just shake the legs out a little bit. Okay. Right leg, start straight. Left foot across the right thigh. Left knee pointed up. Lengthen the spine. Remember, if you want, you can bring the right heel to the left side of your seat. I'm going to do this side with the legs straight. Left hand right back at your seat. Press into the ground. Inhale, feel the length in the spine. Lengthen the right arm up. Exhale, roll the shoulder back, come into your twist. Either holding on to that knee or maybe bringing the elbow to the outside of the knee. If your leg is straight, curl those toes, have them pointed towards the sky. And here, notice how this twist feels different than it did on the other side. Breathe. Inhale. Come back to center. Unwind your legs. Now this time we're going to come through some external and internal rotation in the hips. So bring the soles of the feet flat on the ground about mat distance apart. As long as it's okay for your shoulders, bring the hands back behind you, palms down, fingertips pointed away. Open up through the collarbones, press the sternum forward. Your exhale, drop your knees to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop your knees to the right. Doing that one more time each side. Inhale to center. Exhale, knees to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop the knees to the right. Inhale, come back to center. And then you're going to bring your legs together. Soles of the feet are going to stay on the ground. Toes are right to the front of the mat. And we're going to come into the core a little bit here. Squeeze your legs together, chest forward, spine long, ears over shoulders. Arms extend out in front of you, fingertips point away, palms towards each other, thumbs up. Now, feel as if you're placing one vertebra down at a time onto the ground, moving onto your back. So keep that core control the entire time. Stay with it, stay strong. Breathe. Once you reach your back, just inhale, bring the knees into the chest, hold on to the shins. Determine if you want to move or stay in stillness. Then, on your exhale, just release the legs. Soles of the feet come down to the ground, and then we're going to come into our final resting pose of shavasana. So lengthen the legs out in front of you on the ground about mat distance apart. Arms to the sides of the body with the palms facing straight up. Now if this positioning is uncomfortable, which it is for some people, find a position that's comfortable where you can relax and start to allow yourself to let go. Give yourself permission to let go. And just take about 3 breaths here, where every exhale, you have that quality of letting go. Not only feeling yourself let go of tension in the body, but also allow yourself to let go of attachments to thoughts, emotions that you may have in the mind that may be stealing your attention away from the moment. Then you can stay in shavasana for as long as you wish. When you choose to come out of shavasana, I encourage you first to go through another body scan and just notice how your body's responded to what we've just done. And then take a couple of breaths. Notice how your mind's responded to what we've just done. Eventually, creating smaller movement through the fingers, the toes, working your way up to larger movement, coming onto one side or the other, pressing yourself up into a seated position.